What's good with you people? Louthewritersports back with you once again. Hope everybody taking care of themselves, staying safe out there, and basically living their lives. All right, let's talk about it. So, as you've seen over the last, let's say, 2 days, LeBron James has been going out there saying he would love to play with Steph Curry. Yeah, he said he want to play with his son too, but he really wants to play Steph Curry. And Steph Curry is saying, I'm good, bro. I'm okay with the team I got right now. Now, why is LeBron once again trying to run away when things get hard? Try, listen here, bro. Just because things are going hard for you right now, don't mean you have to try to run away and join the Golden State Warriors now. And also, for that to happen, the, the in some type of scenario trade, I think the Warriors will have to get rid of Damon Green, Damon Green, and probably in some draft picks, and probably Andrew Wiggins in the deal. And plus, why should the Warriors have to change the offense to benefit you, LeBron? Look, everybody knows you probably got what 2 to 3 good years left. Are you that desperate on trying to catch Kobe and Jordan in championships that you're willing to go to a team that not only beat you 2 times in the NBA Finals, but but everybody calls your worst enemy? Are you that desperate, LeBron? Because what you trying to do right now is starting to get ridiculous. You want to run away because things are getting hard once again. Anthony Davis is not staying healthy. You ain't playing good with Russell Westbrook. Yeah, everybody not surprised about that. And this Lakers team is not what you expected when you came to the Lakers organization. Believe me, you the one that wanted to make all these damn moves to get the Lakers where they was at. You got one championship after deal, and people are starting to question that championship because it was the bubble championship. Now that things are getting hard, you want to be what? Run the Golden State now and trying to ruin that team? They find the way they are. They do not need you to come in and wreck that organization. They do not need you to come in and do what LeBron James normally do. Trade away good pieces just so it helps you benefit your game. And plus, I can tell you right along. You cannot. The only reason you want to play with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, you want to try to use them to help you try to win the MVP because you know clear on you gonna probably end up getting grabbing rebounds, getting like 7, 8, 9, 10 assists a game, and probably end up scoring at least 20 to 25 points a game. In your crazy mind, you believe that if you go there and you start averaging what double doubles, that you're going to win. You're going to be a candidate for MVP. That's what you believe. No, it ain't gonna work that way, bro. Whatever the Lakers do this offseason, if you do get traded, do they better if you get traded to Golden State, they better not trade you to Golden State because if they trade to Golden State, then we're gonna be looking at Steph Curry wrong. We're gonna start calling him out. We're gonna start calling out the organization. We're gonna say, what the fuck is wrong with you, Steph Curry? You just gonna allow this to happen? Because Steph Curry gonna be caring about more about championships. He gonna probably win try to win what 1 or 2 championships with LeBron. Is that then next thing you know, you gonna see these people on undisputed. First take. First thing first, talking about, oh, this might be the greatest team ever in the history of basketball. You got LeBron James. Go, go James, go James. And Stephen Curry, the best shooter around, best shooter alive. Even though in the past you had better shooters than Steph Curry, the only reason why they don't get recognition because the rules were way different at that time. So I'm telling you, man, see, the media wants LeBron on the Warriors because they love the drama. They love the fact that us real basketball fans ain't gonna get down with it. Us real basketball fans ain't gonna like the fact that Steph Curry and LeBron James cheated their way to try to get each championship once again. Then you got LeBron talking about I want to go to Philadelphia, play with James Harden and Joe Embiid. Meaning, if Doc Rivers do get fired, and Mike D'Antoni do become head coach, do you have to see LeBron jacking up 3-point shots every single game like James Harden, like those Houston teams back in the day? Do you really want to see LeBron shoot jacking up 8 and 9 3 points a game, playing no type of defense? I'm telling you, bro, LeBron, you're gonna go down one of the best players in history. You are. You probably gonna end up playing to all the way up to your 40, because your son gonna probably be in the league, probably be in the NBA by then. Stop trying stop trying to do everything you can to prove to everybody that you're the best ever in the history of the game of basketball. Everybody knows that that everybody knows that you think this way. You think that if you got keep on adding accolades to prove your point. Everybody knows you're doing this. Do what you've been doing over the last couple of years. Get all your stats. Get all your stats like you want to. Cause I don't know if you're playing tonight against the Warriors, but so I I don't know why LeBron is running away once again from the problem. Because you have done this about 4 times in your career. You ran away from Cleveland because it was getting too hard. You couldn't stand the fact that you're losing to Boston. Then you run away. Then you run away from Miami because Dwayne Wade was slowing down. Then you go back to Cleveland, talking about when you did beat the 73 Warriors team in the NBA Finals, talking about that makes me the greatest player of all time. So, in your crazy mind, winning the series makes you the greatest player of all time. Even though Jordan and Kobe kind of did more with the eye test than you. And if things keep going the way they're going, Giannis may end up doing more than you. Because Giannis has so far accomplished a lot of things that you have not ever done in your career. He won Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, he got 2 MVPs. He may end up winning another one if they keep going the way they've been going. So I don't know if you're trying to prove to yourself Are you trying to prove to people out here that you're still LeBron James, you're still the greatest of all time? Because the disclaimer, we get it. We get it. You're selfish. You're selfish and you're egotistical. You can't stand nobody being better than you. Your fans base can't stand nobody being better than you. We get it. No matter how we try to break it down, not only to you and your fan base, they ain't gonna never turn on you. They gonna always be loyal to you no matter what, cause they are part of LeBron James cult. We get it. We understand. We know where you're coming from, LeBron. We understand that you want to do things your way, because like you said in your commercials, like you said in that commercial, when you're talking to your past self, you gotta call your own shot, kid. And that's what you've been doing your whole career, calling your own shot. We understand where you're coming from, LeBron. We understand that you don't want nobody to ever get in your way of your accomplishing your goals, accomplish your dreams. We're starting to understand that maybe that all the lamb, all the all the people that been kicking your ass over the years and basically ra- um racking you up over the past 20 years has probably got made you a psychopath now, made you a person who can't stand not being in the spotlight. We understand that. We also understand that if we try to talk the truth about you, we're gonna be called haters no matter what, because that's how it is. Even when we do speak the truth, we still be called haters. Like we trust the fact that you don't want that you don't can't stand nobody better than you. You can't stand being a loser on a losing franchise. So whenever things get hard, you run away and go somewhere else. You do it every 4 years, and you're trying to do it again. This time you're trying to go to Golden State and trying to ruin that organization now. That's what you. That's what we're doing now. You gotta let it go, bro. You have to let it go. Stay and fight. Do you really want to go out as a sucker? Because if you do find a way to get to Golden State, that's a sucker. They talking about Kevin Durant being a weak move. LeBron James, that's gonna be a sucker move. Because you did the same crap in Miami, back at Cleveland. Then now you're trying to do it to the Lakers. Every 4 years, the things don't go your way. You try to leave because you can't stand losing. You can't stand playing around people who stay hurt, constantly hurt. That's what you're trying to do. But once in your career, once you just stay and fight, prove to everybody that you ain't no chump, you ain't no sucker. You telling me you can't do that for once in your career? You're about to break the all-time scoring record. You're about to do that. But with you trying to break that scoring record, you also want to win a championship that same year. I can already tell. You want to break the scoring record. You want to win the MVP. You want to win championship. It's your ultimate goal. Cause you figure that your career is validated till you pass Kobe or Jordan in championship. You had your opportunity 10 times. You only got 4. But the only reason you got 4 championships and not 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, what's the good JMJ? Dude, see, y'all want to come in, man. Dude. If y'all just come in here and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that cash app, because I really appreciate that, because I normally use that cash app money to get some food, because a brother get hungry. So, and share my live with everybody, so everybody can come up in here, so we can talk it up about LeBron trying to run away from his problems once again. Running away from your issues and your problems is not going to help you. It's not. That's not. That's not. That's not the way to deal with things. When you have a problem, when you have an issue, you have to stay there and fight your issues. You can't live in fear for the rest of your life. You gotta run. You got to face your fear. Right now, you taking the weak move out, LeBron. You're trying to run away because things are hard once for you once again. You can't keep on taking this easy way out. And plus, another reason why you're running away is Jeannie Buss told you it's your problem. You better fix it, and you do not want to fix the problem. So your best way for you to fix the problem is to run away to another organization, try to wreck that organization, because now you're not getting your way. You're being a selfish brat. That's what you're doing, being a selfish brat right now. Trying to run away and not face your fears, not face your problem, not fit the issue. That's you being a selfish brat in a way. Because things are hard for you right now. You think Kobe, Jordan, Will Chamberlain, Jerry West, all those guys will run away because they're having an issue? No, they wouldn't. They stay there and fight. Try to make things better. Try to build the team into a championship contender team. They ain't gonna run away from this bullshit. But you're running away from the bullshit, LeBron. You need to stop it. It's not. That's not how things are. Believe me, I believe you are one of the best players of all time. I believe you're gonna go down in top 5 or top 10 all time. But when you run away from all your issues, all your little problems, it shows how weak minded you are, how you can't stand the fact that you can't win at certain places. Everybody loses sometimes. Everybody gets knocked down, but they pick their ass back up. They pick their step back up to fight. That's what they do. You think it's a bit easy for me? You think it's a bit easy for me to go through trauma, go through pain? I go through that shit every single day. I face it every single day. But I keep going because that's all I can do. Keep my ass going. You got to keep going, LeBron. You can't be selfish. You can't be sucking on the bench. You stay and fight. You do not run. That's not solving the problem. That's creating more the problem. You can't keep running every single fucking time things get hard on you. That's not the way. You you work your ass off just to get to this point of your career, and you running away just because things got hard. You being weak minded. You giving up on not only on the Lakers, giving up on what the Lakers organization stand for. It stands for championships and winning and getting your. Sometimes you're gonna get your ass kicked. Sometimes that's gonna happen to you, but you get your ass back up and get back on that court and fight. Prove to everybody you ain't no bitch. That's what prove to everybody you are not. You're LeBron James, not Queen James, not little bitch James. Because that's what you're proving to everybody right now. Is you try to run away to another organization. That's so you can win championships. So you can prove what? That I can win with anybody. I can win with like I need two superstars to win with. You're the ultimate name when it comes to basketball. That's how people talk to you on TV, radio, social media, every single thing you put you being LeBron. You're the ultimate assassin. You're the ultimate player. But you, man. But when you do things like this, like run away, talking about, I would like to play with Steph Curry. When you go out there and say do things like that, it's talking about y'all keep that same energy. Oh, the thunderstorm coming. When you say things like that, that means people like me and people like me who are true diehard basketball fans who break it down sideways. It make us look at you sideways like that. Like, what the hell is this motherfucker doing? Why don't you shut the fuck up and play basketball? Quit trying to control the narrative. Let these people do their job. Let this coach be a coach. Let this man run this offense, run this defense. Why is it every time you go to an organization, everything got to go when it's not your way, you want to take your ball and go run away to another organization? It's wrong with you. Not the way. We always talking shit now, Drew, huh? We always talking shit because we telling LeBron not to run to another organization and fuck it up. So LeBron should not stay with the Lakers and try to fight this, try to get this team back up to another championship run, huh? Is that what you're saying, Drew? So LeBron don't need to stay in LA to fight, but he's trying to run. But he's trying to run to Golden State now. You think that's fair, Drew? Because every time LeBron has a problem in his career, he tries to run away to another organization. I'm breaking something down with you, Drew. If he can't win what he wants to win another championship, he feels like the best option for him is Golden State. He's not going back to Cleveland. And this was the same issue in Miami too in that fourth year. Don't you see a pattern every 4 years when things start getting hard, he runs away. I This is a time where he can show that this year, like the last 2 years, been a pursuit. I can win. I can win with the organization. Do you want him to run away once again? I stayed to build that team up again, build the Lakers back up. Because remember when Kobe came out saying he wanted to be traded, he had to force the Lakers' hand to make some fucking moves, and what they did. And look what happened. He came back and won 2 championships. Yeah, with LeBron's request. Because everybody said DeMar DeRozan should have been a Lakers instead of Westbrook. Because we all said that. But the Lakers was not willing to give him that 3rd year option. And the problem is, like Terrell said a couple of days ago, if DeMar DeRozan would have played with LeBron, DeRozan would not be having the season he had with the Bulls this year. Because the same thing that Russell Westbrook is going through right now with the Lakers fans and LeBron James fans pissed at him, the same thing would have been happening to DeMar DeRozan because he would not be having the same season that he's having with the Bulls this year. No, he had the chance. They were going to add Paul George to that Cleveland team, but Cleveland had to promise LeBron. But LeBron didn't promise Cleveland if he's gonna sign that deal to keep him there a couple more years because the Paul George said I will come to the Cleveland Cavaliers if LeBron is guaranteed to be there. And LeBron said didn't speak to the owners or the GM. Next thing you know, he signed with the Lakers because he was not willing to sign a new deal to stay with Cleveland. And speaking of Kyrie Irving, LeBron was trying to trade Kyrie Irving behind his back for Chris Paul. And Kyrie Irving requesting he wanted to get traded. Now, if you're trying to trade me for Chris Paul and I don't like it, I would want to leave too. So let me ask you something, Drew. If LeBron find some type of way to weasel his way to Golden State, Would you be happy about that? You telling me he was satisfied getting 1 championship out of Cleveland? Nobody ain't satisfied getting 1 championship. Nobody is satisfied getting 1 championship out of organization. When you play in the NBA, you probably get multiple championships. The man is 4 6 all-time NBA final. Don't you believe that he can change that around, being like a 6 and 4? I know the history of Cleveland, Drew. I know the history of the Cleveland Browns, the Cleveland Indians, they Cleveland Guardians now, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Nobody ain't satisfied with this one championship. And yeah, and when he won that championship, he called himself the greatest player of all time. Remember that? Mm. If y'all just come over, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that cash app if y'all want to, and share my page because I only got like 180 subscribers, man. I'm getting sick and tired of that crap. What's up, Sal?
What's going on, Lou? Kind of capping today, Lou, man.
So I'm capping.
Yeah, you capping. Why do a player gotta be loyal to a franchise, but then y'all turn around and say the franchise should trade him? Why the franchise don't gotta be loyal to the player as well?
So you okay if you try to wiggle his way out to Golden State?
It wouldn't bother me if any player wanted to put himself in the best position he felt to be successful. Just like this logic apply to life. If it's something you do, whether it's your job or if it's something you do recreationally, you're gonna try to put yourself in the best position to be successful.
Knowing the fact that if he does go to Golden State, they have to change the way they have to play. You know that, right?
I mean, and they also got to decide if they want him too. It ain't like he just go there because he want to go there and nothing else takes into equation though. Look, they gotta accept him as well, just like the Lakers did. The Lakers,
Yeah,
the Lakers put on a heavy floor.
Drew
Remember I
kind of
talked.
brought up a good point. If he does go to Golden State, are they gonna say the same thing they said about Kevin Durant when he went there?
I don't know what they're gonna say. Everybody, people have already kind of set in how they feel about LeBron, whether it's positive or negative. But
I'm just saying
that's just
because
the mere
they
fact.
said when Kevin Durant went there, that was the weakest move in NBA history.
I
Are they
guess
gonna
it.
say
I guess it. I guess some people might see it like that if Golden State goes to the finals this year and he go there. Maybe they will. I don't know. Some people going some people gonna hate anything LeBron do, no matter what happens.
if I remember right, if he does go to Golden State, he may end up taking the Draymond Green type of role playing there, because they ain't no way they can have four guys with $100 million deals. Somebody got to go. It probably Draymond Green or Wiggins. Got to make room for
Uh,
him.
probably so. But I don't. I don't get it, man. Y'all, LeBron is 37, and y'all talk about him as if he's like you made a analogy talking about Kobe when he was trying to demand leaving the Lakers versus LeBron, who's in year 19. I don't get it. Like Kobe was in his prime, and he was in his mid 20s to a guy that's in just like 37. I don't. I That's what I don't get. Like,
But when Kobe did that, he forced the Lakers hand. They improved that team. You don't
but they
think they can do that? You don't think they can do it in the offseason with this Lakers team?
I don't know what they can do. I really don't. Really don't. All I'm saying is why it wasn't this type of malice for Kobe when he had the same intentions. That's the point I've been trying to make. It ain't even about liking any one of the players because some people gonna like players more than others. Not even based on their talent or what they've done for the game, but I don't see how it's so much malice for a player, and then it's so much adoration for another player who's had, and it's so much. I think it's so much false rhetoric put out there, as if these other players didn't have the same mentality of moving off of teams because they weren't making the right moves. Seen Jordan retire because of it. His second retirement in Chicago, we seen it wasn't it
He
wasn't
retired.
person.
That second retirement because Jordan was pissed off that he
Yeah,
wasn't going to try to. They wasn't going to try to bring the team back together, no
it's
matter what they did after that season.
yeah, it's the same logic though. Whether they won or lost, it's the same logic. I don't know why people don't understand what logic means.
Jordan said he didn't want to play on a rebuilding team after winning the championship because he was not willing to bring Pippen, Phil Jackson, or
This,
Rodman back.
but the same mentality applies though. That was the potential for adversity, right? And that was something he wasn't up for the challenge. It's no different than LeBron. LeBron, first year coming there was bad. Rebuild, he got hurt toward 3 quarters of the season. That was adversity. A lot of people, criticize him, especially the people that don't like him the most. Came back the second year, they were able to win the championship. Everybody said, "Oh, that championship don't count." Okay, he brought the championship to the team. He took a team to, he helped lead a team to a championship that hadn't been in over at that point almost 10 years. Hadn't won or been in over 10 years. Nobody cared about that because the people the people that don't like LeBron, it's nothing LeBron can do. It's, it's nothing LeBron can do. LeBron 37 years old. Why are people so worried about what he's gonna do, where he's gonna go? He don't even supposed to be having the impact on the game that he's had. No player
Hey,
at
he
that
wasn't throwing it out there though. You gotta admit, he did come out there and say, "I would like to play with Steph Curry."
because LeBron has see y'all hate LeBron has always been honest. He haven't painted this perception of he haven't painted this fake perception. I think a lot of athletes do. He just honest. He want to play with great players. Did that not make him great? No, his resume shows that he one of the greatest players ever played. No matter who he wants or don't want to play with. So I don't know why
He
people will.
also, he also said you want to go to Philadelphia. With things going on in Philadelphia, if they do hire Mike D'Antoni, do you actually want to see LeBron jacking up 8, 9 3 points every game?
Hey, we'll see. We definitely know teams. We definitely know the last time LeBron was becoming a free agent, teams were flocking to position for him. So if teams are doing that, how can you fault LeBron for what transpires? Because it's too many false narratives that LeBron comes to the team and he's making all the decisions. Does he influence decisions? Yes, he does. Every great player on a team has influence or insight on decisions made. But even with the Lakers, he's probably had inside influence on about half of a lot of the big decisions made. A lot, the other half have, that he inquired on, they didn't transpire. So that's just
To
it.
me,
Is.
to me, I think this year he overthought some of his decisions on this team.
I
He,
mean,
he
this year, the Westbrook he influenced the Westbrook trade. That was a bad decision. He influenced AD coming there. Short term, it was a good decision because they won the championship the first year, right? But for the long haul, past 2 years, it hasn't been good. So those are the two major decisions.
to me,
It has,
if they would have got DeMar DeRozan and Buddy Hield, they'd probably be in the playoff by now.
yeah,
Probably
but
a six,
but,
6 or 7 seed.
but who holds the true onus of that? The organization. Organization is supposed to. The organization has the because it's a lot of other things that LeBron wanted, like another coach and other players that were coming up in the trade deadline or free agents that did not end up happening because he's not the GM. He doesn't make all decisions. That's not to say that they still wouldn't have been successful, You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, we got to stop
You
agitating.
know, the problem was they had nothing to offer too, because nobody was willing to trade for Westbrook, but they gonna have no draft pick to
I
2027.
wasn't talking about Westbrook. I was talking about you go back to last year, the trade deadline. He wanted Kyle Lowry. It didn't happen. See what I'm saying? Right at the trade deadline last year. But the biggest issue
Because at that time they still had nothing to offer in that trade deadline.
I'm saying, but it's still something he wanted. It didn't happen. You get what I'm
They
saying?
should have got Kyle Lowry this off season because he was a free agent.
Yeah, yep. They wanted Ty Lue. Didn't happen. Coach, he won his first.
Because Ty Lue won the guarantees he's gonna get that 5th year option if he was gonna be the
Yeah,
Lakers
and,
head coach just in case LeBron would have left the Lakers.
yeah, and Tyronn Lue wanted to bring his own staff in, which they didn't want. They weren't gonna let him. So, and you got to remember, before LeBron came, to me, they done a bait and switch on LeBron. Even though LeBron more than likely was coming in spite of, but they they had they put Magic in front of him to sell him coming to LA, and then before the first year was over, they ran Magic out of there. So think about that. You're one of the best players in the league, right? And they don't put a guy like Magic. Magic a good everybody know Magic is a good PR person. I mean not really PR, but a good public relations person. And he's one of the most influential icons when it comes to recruiting players because a lot of people look up to Magic. One of the top 10, for sure the top 10. Some people have top five greatest players ever played. So they used Magic, and then when Magic told his story, it pretty much they forced Magic up out of there. After they got him to get LeBron, they done all the stuff to make him resign from his position, right? And you
That's
got to
on Jeannie. That's on Jeannie Buss. Jeannie Buss was trade Magic because he thought he, her and Rob can run things
that
right.
was the plan. You could tell that was the plan already. So look, and I don't. If to be honest with you, you haven't seen LeBron and Magic. I don't even think at the 75 greatest on the All-Star game did they even talk. He didn't even say.
No,
You see,
no, they don't talk. I don't think they don't even talk anymore.
you see what I'm saying? So something happened. Look, whether you like LeBron or not, look, LeBron committed to go to LA, and everything flipped within his first year of going to LA from them changing general managers, bringing in Palenko. Palenko's already an agent, so you done made an agent a general manager. So what is you telling your superstar anyway? If you made an agent a GM, what are you telling your superstar player? What are you telling him? He should have influence on controlling the team. That's really the logic behind that. So you telling me you done brought a former agent player who's Kobe and made him the GM. Then you recruited me to come to LA. Granted, he probably was coming to LA whether Magic came and talked to him or not. But nevertheless, it
Really,
was a step.
really, you can say this too. Before Kobe died, he did put that team that won the championship together. Cause he told Rob, get this player, get that player. So he put that team together. They didn't know they won that championship in the bubble.
That
He
might be
passed.
Lou. That might be true and exact. But do you get what I'm saying now? You had a former player, agent, become a general manager. Why would LeBron think he would have influence on personnel and decisions made, being that they made a player agent the GM? You see what I'm saying? You just already said it. So everybody want to look at the perspective of the people that already hate LeBron. So let's just find something to criticize about. I know LeBron said a lot of irritating shit. He definitely does that, and he deserves his smoke for saying all that. Watch King and all that. Now the haters gonna come down and double down on you because the team look washed. Yeah, you had some individual great numbers, but your team did look washed. So now he deserved that smoke. But The dude 37 want to lead his organization, like to go play somewhere else. I don't know. Like, okay, ain't no loyalty from the organization. Ain't no loyalty. So why he got to be loyal to to LA? They been, there's been rumors of him getting traded. If they trade him that, but the same people say this. That if you're gonna say this, Lou, are you gonna say would you be upset if the Lakers traded him?
Say it again.
I said, would you be upset if the Lakers traded LeBron?
No, I wouldn't be upset.
So why would you be upset if he was making a ploy to find the next team to go to? Cause we hear rumors and all that, but we don't know what's really we don't know every little thing. Or we would like to assume we know what's all being talked about. But
All I'm just saying is most people who get on his ass is the people who saying the people he don't stay and fight, try to fight the problem out. He don't stay to try to fit the problem. Like,
this is the thing. Why is he staying in LA in his 20th season or 21st season? Because he is under contract one more year. Why do people feel he need to stay in LA at 37? He's already won one championship there. You know, everybody know that
you know, you know how it works in LA.
the
They
first
you,
shambles. They don't. They actually being ran like the Cowboys, like we used to get ran. They running that shit just like that. And actually, LeBron to a certain sense is making it a scapegoat because it's a big LeBron hate code. They don't like LeBron, so now they can focus in on LeBron, which he does hold some fault for some of the decision making, but as a whole, this organization has had made too many bad decisions, and they will really they just happen to win. They happen to win in their second year, but if you look at the totality, they made so many bad personnel decisions. You know, and LeBron is not responsible for all these decisions. If you can prove he's responsible for all the decisions they made for the staff and coaching personnel, and I would agree with y'all guys, but that's just not true. Not true. He wasn't an advocate for Frank Vogel. You know that when he went there, he didn't know Magic Johnson was going to step down after 3/4 of the first year. Did he know that? Did he make that happen?
Matt didn't know he was gonna get stabbed in the back.
But I'm saying these are the things that affected LeBron's tenure there as well. Ain't nobody talking about that. Y'all just looking at it now, like all this shit happened in spite of them still even able to win one championship. They shouldn't, man. Organization is a mess. It's been a mess for over 10 years now. It's just if LeBron wouldn't have came there and they kept those young guys, they'd be even worse. It'd be worse. They'd be talking about
Are
this.
you sure about that though?
They would be worse, man. They
You
would.
don't think that you seen how those young players are playing now in the league?
Yeah, they playing good. They're playing good individually, but the Lakers won't be. Trust me, the Lakers won't
I'm
be.
just saying, Randall playing great. Um,
Rondo
you
actually
got
this year. I don't know what happened to him. He's not playing the same as he was playing last year.
you know how he is when they get that money, they start playing hard.
He ain't playing as like last year. That's what I'm saying. Like they,
Like think about it, when a player contract is up, he gonna that year before last he gonna play great. Well, when he get paid, he gonna stop playing. He gonna play lazy.
I don't know. I don't know. All I know is he had one phenomenal year. It looked like he was. he would become a top 10 player, and then now it's just like he regressed. I don't know. All I'm telling you is the Lakers wouldn't have no championship if LeBron would have came there last 2 years. And they've been a bad organization in spite of them winning that. Yeah, people gonna make excuses as well. They're because of this and that. They got the job done. But I don't know what y'all
So
LeBron to do with all the stuff in the front office that's transpired since he been there. And now it's like it's time. He feel like it's if he feel like it's time to go. Why are people mad?
maybe
I don't.
because everybody keep on throwing in our face how great he is.
I say he's a great player. Very great player. We've been hearing Durant the best player in the league, and he been injured 50% of the seasons the past 2 3 years.
Yeah, I've been calling
And then when
lately.
he became the best player in the league,
Well,
people mad.
I've been lately. I've been calling Durant out for not playing on defense on superstar.
I'm saying people been calling Durant the best player in the league, and he almost went two years without barely playing.
How can you be the best player in the league when you don't want to play defense? All you want to do is score. Because to me, being the best player in the league, playing both ways.
Yeah. And then people criticize Giannis because he worked his ass off and he proved he should be the best player in the league. Or you see what I'm saying?
I think Giannis is the best player. I think Giannis is the best player in the league right now. I think Giannis will win the MVP this year again.
Jokic might win it this year, man. He probably gonna because if you look at what he playing with, the two of his other young star players, up and coming star players out. You see what I'm saying? He should win it. You know what I mean? But I think, I don't know if you've been, if you remember, I said this before the season started. I said I think Milwaukee probably gonna repeat. I think they're gonna repeat.
That's what I'm saying. If Milwaukee end up repeating, then what they gonna say about Giannis? Because you know they're gonna still have those Giannis critics out there. Because I think till LeBron retires, they're gonna keep on treating Giannis like this.
No, I ain't got nothing to do with it. People saying Giannis the best player. A lot of people that like LeBron say the Giannis is the best player. It's the people that don't like LeBron, bruh, don't like Giannis. They tell you Kobe is the. I mean, they tell you Kevin Durant is the best player, or they'll tell you somebody else. I'm like, man, how can you look at last year?
Giannis had beat Kevin Durant what 9 out of 8 times they played against each other, and and Giannis is the one who hit that big 3-point shot when he had Drummond checking him instead of Kevin Durant should have been the one doing it. That's why I keep calling Kevin Durant's ass out. You let you let you let Dallas come in your home gym and beat y'all, and you didn't check Luka one time in that game
Look,
when Luka was getting off.
I don't know if you remember me saying this last at the end of last summer. I said when Dallas get rid of Porzingis, they're gonna be all right. You remember me saying that?
Yeah,
And look how they playing. They playing way better without.
like I'm starting to get pissed off with these superstars not want to guard other superstars. They don't want to guard the second hand players.
I mean, it's pretty much always been like that, man. For the most part.
Like I remember that '91 man, I wish they stopped texting me about that bullshit. Like I remember that '91 surge against the Bulls when Jordan was trying to check Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson kind of dominated him. The reason why they on switch had Pippen checking Magic Johnson because Worthy was kind of playing hurt.
And plus, Pippen almost as tall as Magic anyway, and longer than Magic. So it was a tougher. You know what I'm saying? Jordan was only 6'6". Magic like 6'9", Pippen like 6'8", but he got like a 7 foot wingspan, so he could get in the passing lanes. You know what I'm saying? A lot
Yeah,
easier. Cut off some of them passes that Magic throw. And Jordan, one of the greatest guard defenders, but Jordan struggled with bigger guards, and that's something Jordan did benefit from because there wasn't a lot of big guards in the league that would that could play at a high level. That's one thing Jordan had to me had a benefit in the peak of his career because a lot of guards for us now are like they taller and bigger than Jordan and just as athletic. You know, the league now is people that can jump higher than Jordan, jump higher than LeBron, all of them. You know what I'm saying? These guys, and some of these guys bench play. You know what I'm saying? In the league back then, you had people like Jordan, Dominique, and Dirk. I mean, Danny Wilkins, but it wasn't much the athleticism abroad. It wasn't like that. But nevertheless, yeah. I mean, look, man, LeBron 37. People, I agree. People should be on his ass for all that shit he talking early in the year. Definitely. But him wanting to leave there, man, that organization's been a mess. It's been a mess. It's really been a mess the whole time you've been there, Luke. They just happen to win, and their expectations have been different the whole time because LeBron is there.
well, the Lakers just cut on Trevor Ariza.
Huh?
Lakers just cut Trevor Ariza.
Yeah, they brought in all these old people. That's what I was trying to figure out. I don't know if you remember. Say this, Luke. When everything transpired, there was people talking about they a super team. I'm like, how is this a super team? Because they got names of people. So they just got names of players. Just doesn't have some good, you know, that's not had good overall careers, but they wash. And I said before the season started, if AD don't don't take on the role of playing the five and stay healthy, they was it wasn't gonna work. And what happened? AD couldn't stay healthy. Second straight year, spanning from the finals, the dude just every time he come back, he sit out for a long time. As soon as he come back, either if it ain't the first or second or third game, something happened where he back limping. I'm like, damn, you just came back. You already back hurt. You know what I mean? I'm like, those are the two biggest fuck ups LeBron made. Was was thinking he could pass the torch to AD and then co-signing or doubling down, however you want to call it, on bringing in West after it was entertaining. That LeBron deserved that smoke, but for the most part, all these other decisions the Lakers made, that's been the front office.
They could, like I said before, they should have kept Brandon Ingram there because you see how good he is playing with
They,
New Pelicans.
they, they got rid of the wrong. See, you remember at that time when they traded, they seen a better how can you say it? They seen more potential out of Kuzma because you remember Kuzma was showing signs that he could be a you know a 1A, I mean, a 1B type superstar potentially. You know what I mean? Score the basketball, give you 20, 25 points. So they got rid of.
But you change Kuzma, but
But
but but
but
they kind of
uh, but Lonzo and Ingram end up being
but they
better than
can't
Montalea.
but they kind of can't. But they tried to make Kuzma into a spot up shooter. That's not his game.
That I mean, Kuzma had ample opportunity to showcase what he was about last year. LeBron, I remember LeBron missed like 30 plus games last year alongside AD. And Kuzma did not take that opportunity to show why people feel the type of way they feel about him. He did. He just didn't. He didn't step it up. And I think it was. I think it's because he's not dedicated to the game. He's not dedicated to the game. Just like Ben Simmons. Kuzma could be a lot better, but I think he ended the Instagram, his little chick, the chick he got on Instagram and all this. That's more important to him. Now, has he
You
had a
talking
pretty
about
good?
you talking about the same girl broke up with him after he got traded from the Lakers?
Yeah, that I think that consumed a lot of his time. Because Kuzma should be a better player than what he is. I don't think he dedicates to the game though. I really don't. I don't.
Because Kuzma is an idiot in the first place. Because that girl didn't love him. That girl was using his ass because he was on the Lakers.
They back together. I think they back together.
You talking
But
about that? You talking about that girl Winnie, the Vitiligo girl?
yeah, she got vitiligo. That's what it is. Yeah, yeah. He back. It's just the dude ain't. He ain't that. A lot of these young players are not dedicated to the game to their craft. And you could say a lot of people say a lot of stuff about LeBron. He quit and this. One thing LeBron do, he do work on his game. It's the reason why he's playing at that level at that age. LeBron worked his ass off, and you've heard the peers say that way to anybody. Like, bro, you talk about Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron, they work their ass off. That's why those guys are great. You might not like every move they make. You might not like how you perceive their mentality of the game, but you can't deny them. For them to be that great, they work their ass off. And LeBron constantly works on his game. But the biggest concern, really, to be honest with you, Lou, you know what the biggest concern is with
What?
LeBron now. Now his big concern, even if he stay with the Lakers or whoever team he goes to, now the biggest question that hasn't been touched on now, I haven't heard anybody talk about is can LeBron stay healthy enough for a host to have a remote enough impact for either the Lakers to make another run or whatever team he might leave or be traded or request to go to next year. Do you get what I'm saying, Lou? You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because this hasn't been really spoke on as far as I know. Because this will be his second year where he pretty much ended the season with some speculated injury, whether on the court playing in the playoffs last year when they was eliminated, or missing the remainder of the season, which is this year because of an injury. So now
Is
that's
he playing? Is he playing tonight?
I don't think he's playing any more games. I don't know. That's why I thought I heard he's not playing any more games. Maybe he will. I don't know.
Because he is still trying to win that scoring title.
I mean, we suppose he is. Maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe he is. I was under the impression that I thought he wasn't playing. He's not playing no more games this year.
I know Westbrook ain't playing no more games this season.
Oh, he not been confirmed.
He's not playing tonight. It's like what, 3 games left in the season? And plus, they gotta see what they're gonna do with Westbrook because he got player option this year.
I could have swore I seen something. I didn't click on it. That said, he said she was talking like he coming back for next
If
year.
he got player option this year, of course he gonna opt in because he want that money.
Yeah, yeah, that. You right.
Because if he opts out, ain't nobody gonna give him a deal that's gonna
Yeah. See, the only thing that can happen if that happened, the only thing that can happen for Westbrook that can happen to make Westbrook if he would be moved, if he would be moved at the trade deadline to get to a team that want to
they said if he opts in, they gonna try to trade him for John Wall.
something they could have done at the trade deadline that was speculated, right? Remember that was on the table at the trade deadline. What, right?
Now if the Lakers get John Wall, it's almost like you're getting Westbrook a different type of Westbrook. He can't shoot. He he
But
injury
yeah,
prone himself.
I think I'm not saying that will work, but one thing that I think that he has that Westbrook don't is John Wall don't make dumb ass decisions on the court consistently as Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? Like Westbrook do a lot of what the hell are you doing? Like what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like Westbrook, he don't have a good Westbrook don't have a good feel for the game going
Right.
on. You know what I mean?
So
It's like
basically,
by
and
itself.
plus they said they're gonna try to trade Court Horton Horton Tucker too.
THC, THT.
Yeah. So basically, the Lakers gonna try to get younger next year.
I mean, they definitely do. They're one of the oldest teams assembled. They did, but they need if they're gonna keep LeBron, if they want to influence LeBron to stay, they gotta get, they gotta get spacers, big spacers. Because even if you look at Milwaukee, this is why I feel why Milwaukee will repeat, and this is why they want. I felt like they were gonna want to win last year when I seen them. Once I seen them got them get past the Knicks, who I picked them to beat, I knew I was like they were gonna win it. I knew they were gonna win it because when you look, Milwaukee is the only team that's balanced enough to play big ball or small ball. They can put youngsters at the five and play small and not lose nothing, and they can still play big because they got two bigs that can finish, can rebound, they can finish at the basket, and they can shoot space and create spacing. You get what I'm saying? With Portis and Lopez, they both can finish in the paint. They can shoot free throws and they can shoot threes. So
Yeah,
it's like,
Lopez reminded me of Paul Gasol when he was in prime.
yeah. So the 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 West has no chance if Milwaukee gets back because we know the best of the West teams they play small as it can be, right? Play heavy small ball.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So basically, if they play Phoenix and Memphis in the finals, ain't no chance.
Well, I don't. Memphis is a little bit bigger team than most of the West teams, but I don't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I don't think Memphis will make it. You know what I'm saying? They still a
I
young.
don't know. Memphis been playing great ball. They got ball movement. They got defense. They ain't afraid to go out there and play against the best teams.
Yeah, but you know the playoffs are different. Playoffs are different. I would like I said, if they made it, it'd be great. It'd be interesting basketball to watch. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't knock it because they definitely up and coming team. But you know, they not that season.
Plus, I would love to see a Memphis and Phoenix Western Conference final.
Yeah, but I don't think they'd be able to beat Phoenix. Phoenix is very seasoned and polished. You know what I'm saying? Experienced playoff team. They probably could make it 6 or 7, definitely. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see them beating Phoenix. You know what I'm saying?
Right. In a couple of minutes, we're gonna see how good Boston really is. Cause
They
they
play.
play well. It's a guarantee Milwaukee may not play some of their players tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's not saying a whole lot. Milwaukee getting ready for that, getting for the points for the
But you
playoff.
know, True gonna have a game watch party tonight on this channel,
Yeah. Just
and we keep on telling True, okay, you happy right now? Just wait till the playoffs, man. You got my boy's gonna get swept in the first round.
so y'all
And
gonna
I
get
keep on and I keep on saying,
y'all
Bill,
lined up with Memphis.
I like Bill. I think Billy Diamond's okay coach, but I'd rather have Mike Brown right now
Why do a lot of people like Mike Brown as a head coach?
because he's a great defensive minded coach.
But Tom Thibodeau's been there for a long time.
The problem, and plus, I think Mike Brown probably get Jokic to play some fucking defense. That's our problem. The center position is our problem on the team. They see they see we weak inside, and they gonna team go attack that.
You mean Vucevic? Y'all got who y'all got? Vucevic. Y'all got Jokic. Y'all
Yeah,
got
I said Vucevic. He can get buckets, but his defense is terrible. And it's a possibility the Bulls may trade Anthony Davis to the Bulls to may trade get Anthony Davis in a trade for Zach LaVine.
mm.
So basically, we have a team of DeMar DeRozan and Alonzo Ball if he ever come back from his knee injury, and Anthony Davis next year,
See,
and Vucevic.
I didn't buy. I know y'all were hot for like the first half of the season and going out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had the best record for a while in the
Man, that would
NBA.
not be a bad team. That would not be a bad team if we add AD to that team.
AD,
DeRozan,
AD ain't bad for nobody team if he healthy, but he ain't proven he can stay on the court. You know what I'm saying?
just like Alonzo Ball. That was the one thing I worried about when the Bulls got Alonzo Ball. Can he stay on the court? Because remember, before he got to the Bulls, he been having knee problems for a long time.
And then he picked the wrong time to get hurt. Right for the playoffs.
I'm like, the Bulls gave him that $85 million deal for 4 years. And the first thing I said, man, I hope the Bulls don't regret this. And look what's happening right now.
But yeah, what do you think LeBron should do? You think he should just stay in there no matter what the organization doing, just doing whatever? That's what you think he should do.
I think he should stay there for that last year of that contract and try to prove to everybody that the last 2 years is a fluke.
LeBron, LeBron ain't got nothing to prove to nobody else. You either think he's great or he's not, man. This dude been playing 19 years, going to 20. I don't think he got nothing to prove to nobody else. Only thing he got to prove is to himself. Either you think he's one of the greatest or you don't by now. Him doing it don't matter what LeBron do. You think if LeBron was the winner chip this year, people gonna
And
change that.
I think the Lakers will try to convince him to come back because they want him to break that record as for Lakers.
Yeah, that definitely will probably happen. But um, I don't get why it's honest about him
And
possibly
I
going.
think the team around him will probably. I think the team around him going to be around full of shooters this time. Yeah, you may end up trading Anthony Davis for Zach LaVine, You may end up getting Buddy Hill this time, and 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 probably John Wall on this team this time too. Because Westbrook and Davis is not going to be there next year. I guarantee you that.
See, it would have been lovely if LeBron would have some kind of way Dame to come there with him, and they had other role players. Because if you think Kyrie and LeBron chemistry was nasty, imagine what LeBron and Dame would have been, and then put some defensive players, some spacers.
Hey, that's still a possibility because I think Dame is going to be not in Portland next season.
LeBron is really, to be honest with you, the style of play LeBron play is he need another guy he can toss the ball to and take a break. And AD was never
That's
that
what
guy.
I'm saying. LeBron wants spot up shooters around him. He don't want no guys who can't shoot. He wants spot up shooters because in order for him to drive to the rim, he needs spot up shooters who can knock down shots. Remember, he always had that. Y'all still hear me?
Oh, I muted myself. My bad, Lou. Now, I said that's what I was saying, Lou. The best team LeBron played on 2012 Heat to me. The 2012, they had defense alongside with him. Being one of the top defenders in the league at that time. They had spacing. They had shooting pretty much at every position because they would put him at the 4 and put Bosh at the 5. And then they have, I think, was Battier there in 2012? They had Battier. They could shoot and
I
defend.
think LeBron needs to move back to the point guard position. Because remember, when he played point guard that 1 year, look what happened.
Yeah, but he can't. That's the thing. LeBron can't. He can't ramp it up and play at that high level for 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes a night. That's why he don't want to do it. If you've been watching,
Ain't that kind of like he was trying to do play point guard this year?
now he was trying not to, but the team is so bad. They team so bad, Lou, to where if he didn't score 40 or 50, they weren't going to even be close in the game. That's how bad the team was. With 80 out of that lineup, that team was terrible. They probably had the worst lineup when
Even with
LeBron didn't play.
AD in the lineup, they were kind of still bad.
That's what I'm saying. This is one of the, this is probably one of the, I said this. This is probably one of the worst teams LeBron played on. When you look at the players, just
No, it been way worse the team than that. Like remember his first 2 years in the league.
that's what I'm saying. Out of them, it's out of them first 2 years or this year. It's probably the second year team might be better than this team, but definitely not the first year. But bro, this team was terrible.
And plus, remember that team he had before he made all those trades in Cleveland. They were bad too.
If you
When
look,
they
the Lakers, who have a worse of backcourt than the Lakers? Who would they start? Westbrook and what's his name? Dang, what's the little cat name? He used to be good, but he ain't his shell of himself now. Cause you remember he was on their squad, but then during the bubble, but he didn't participate when they won in the bubble. And then they brought him back this year. What's his name?
I know you talking about that. Like my name, my mind going blank right now.
Yeah, he he a shell of himself. Can't hit no shots. They can't shoot. They can't rebound. They can't shoot free throws. Like how the hell?
They can't rebound because you don't play right Howard a lot of minutes like you supposed to.
Dwight Howard ain't the same as he used to be. He's still like, but he ain't the same Dwight Howard they had in the bubble. It's like they just that shit was a mess, man. Shit really was a.
They should never got rid of Lavelle McGee.
Who was they? Yeah, they never should have. They should have let him go as easy. They should have paid him. They thought they could get away
They
without it.
should have kept Howard and McGee together after they won their championship.
Yeah, I agree with that. But you still ask my question, Luke. Who has a worse backcourt than the Lakers with Westbrook and that dude? And then sometimes the Mark star sometimes, and Mark was like a Westbrook that can shoot. He be now he had more impact than Westbrook, but some games he be playing crazy. Like, what are you doing? But you expect that from a guy like that. He's not no all star. You know what I'm saying? But Westbrook bringing him in there and him taking up a big chunk of the cap and playing and virtually having no impact on winning for the whole season has been a travesty for the Lakers. You know what I mean? It's been a travesty for them. He's literally had minimum impact on the team winning games. You know what I mean? It's been a handful of games I watched where Westbrook go to the bench and the team start playing better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Like LeBron in year 19, he goes sit out on the bench. The team can't
Oh,
do.
the game just started. I wonder who's playing. Oh, look like everybody from Milwaukee playing tonight.
They must be. What are they? The fourth or third or fourth seed? I know they're right up in there. They like number.
Look like everybody from Boston.
What are they? The fourth seed, the third, Milwaukee. Lou, you went out. I guess you're in a bad area.
Yep, we're in a bad area. We're in the show then.